Once upon a time, in a desolate village steeped in an atmosphere of mystery and mystique on the outskirts of a dark forest, something unusual happened. A zombie girl, rising from her dead slumber in the local cemetery. She came to life with no recollection of her past. Treading on fallen leaves, Zombie Girl wandered through the forest. Filled with horror and lone lines, she hoped to find help and understand her existence. But all she encountered along her path were empty houses and abandoned streets. Her smoldering eyes and tattered dress created a terrifying impression, and anyone who met her gaze felt shivers down their spine. Days have passed, and Zombie became increasingly hungry, a gnawing sensation permeating her body. Her lifeless heart craved sustenance, yet she couldn't fathom what she needed. The zombie suffered from an indeterminate longing, intensifying her fear and despair. One day, when the zombie had nearly given up hope of salvation, her dead eyes spotted a small village hidden in the shadow of trees. The remnants of her human memory ignited with hope. Moving weakly, she approached the village houses and began knocking on doors, emitting faint and agonizing moans. However, the villagers, seeing only a monster in the zombie, fearfully shut their doors, unwilling to confront the horror that stood before them. The uncertainty surrounding their decision outweighed curiosity and compassion. Fear was in their hearts. The zombie's heart ached with sorrow and loneliness as she approached the last house. Through the window, she saw a handsome boy. In that moment, something flickered in her distorted memory, and she began to remember. The boy. She loved him. They were together and they loved each other. The zombie was certain that the boy would recognize her, that his embrace would warm her frozen soul once again. Filled with hope, the zombie took a few hesitant steps toward the boy. Her heart, dead and cold earlier, started beating again, kindling a spark of hope for a new life within her. She drew closer, her eyes shining with memories. But when she stood before the boy, all she saw in his eyes was horror and disgust. He didn't recognize his beloved girl, only a monster haunting his nightmares. The zombie's heart hurted with pain and disappointment. She realized she could never return to past. She was at the crossroads of realities. As if in a final surge of hope, the zombie's heart started beating again. It was an incredible miracle. The zombie felt the warmth of blood coursing through her mutilated body once again. Revived completely, her reanimated form transformed back into the girl she once was. Unaware of how she ended up back at the river's waterside where the tragedy had taken place, bitter emotions overwhelmed her. She gazed at her pale reflection in the water, observing her own haunting features. Tears streamed down her cheeks, and she realized she stood at a crossroads. Should she plunge back into the river or forget about the boy and start anew, leaving the past behind? Looking up, Wednesday smiled at her reflection in the water. Since then, no one has seen Wednesday in the village. Legends of her remain keeps in the memories of the villagers. They say she became even more beautiful, but lost the ability to feel emotions. The villagers, living far from the forest, sometimes hear phantom footsteps in the night, mysterious shadows vanishing among the trees. But no one knows what creature lurks in the darkness. They say Wednesday continues to roam the forest, devoid of joy or sorrow. Her heart remains cold, incapable of feeling any emotions. She remains trapped between the realms of the living and the dead. Every evening, Wednesday returns to the river to catch a glimpse of her reflection and remember what it means to be human. Though her heart is out of emotions, Wednesday finds solace in the tranquility of the forest. She wanders silently among the trees, her footsteps barely audible. Birds chirp above her, and the rustling leaves seem to whisper secrets only she can understand. Over time, Wednesday becomes a figure of folklore, a ghostly presence that both frightens and intrigues. Some claim to have seen her ghostly form, ethereal and serene, gliding through moonlit nights. Others swear they've heard her mournful cries, carried by the wind. Curiosity draws the brave and adventurous to the forest, hoping for a glimpse of the enigmatic Wednesday. They follow the hushed whispers of her legend, searching for answers to the mysteries she embodies. Yet, no one can truly comprehend Wednesday's existence. She is a paradox, a creature torn between two worlds. Her story serves as a reminder of the line between life and death, love and loss. As time passes, the village and its inhabitants change. The memories of Wednesday slowly fade into the backdrop of history, blending with the other tales whispered through generations. But her essence remains, etched in the collective consciousness of those who dare to remember. And so, Wednesday continues her eternal journey, forever wandering the forest, forever haunted by the echoes of her past. In her longing for connection, she finds solace amidst the shadows, forever an enigma at the crossroads of life and death. Her story serves as a reminder to cherish the fleeting moments of love and embrace the complexity of human existence. For in the darkness, where hope seems lost, there may still be a glimmer of light waiting to be discovered.